The monk stood between two burning sticks while his master waved a candlestick in front of him. The monk was required to follow the candlestick with his eyes without moving his head. Then, the master deliberately increases the speed. The monk couldn't resist and was immediately burned by the incense on either side of his face. Only a few hours of practice, the monk successfully mastered the skill and moved his eyes rapidly follow the quickly swinging candle. Next is the training for eye agility. The monk needs to strike all the wooden stakes that has the reflection of the candlelight. This training technique was essential for defending against hidden weapons and fighting multiple opponents at once. After rigorous practice, the monk finally acquired another Shaolin skill. The monk then moved to practice iron head technique that needs the monk to repeatedly striking sandbags with his foreheads. But after hitting just a few sandbags, he gets dizzy and collapsed. But the monk's resilience amazed everyone. The monk suddenly felt a surge of renewed energy. Within just a few days, he could easily break through all the sandbags. Then the monk needs to practice the stick technique, which requires him using the stick to rotate the gear. If he applied the force incorrectly, the staff would get stuck, and it would result in arms being cut by the sharp edges above. Surprisingly, with consistent practice, the monk successfully completed in just 3 days. To build up the arm strength, the monk had to extend his arms horizontally with sharp blades hanging beneath them, and have to carrying 2 50-pound water buckets every day in a narrow incline to pour the water into a well at the top. He had to maintain perfect balance with his arms extended, as lowering them would result in cuts from the blades. The monk completed the challenge in just 1 week. Then the master gives him an iron hammer, instructed him to listen to the wooden drum. Each time the master strike it, he has to hit the bell with the pole. As a beginner, the monk finds it challenging and can't even lift the pole properly. However, after a few practices, he finally mastered it. Even when the master increased the speed of drumming, the monk was shockingly able to follow the master's rapid tempo. Since then, the monk completed another test and was appraised greatly by his master. Now, the monk comes to the final test, which he has to battle and defeat his master. Unfortunately, the monk is great, yet not having much of experience, the master beat him easily. The monk felt frustrated, but one day during his practice, he accidentally chopped a bamboo. This gave him a brilliant idea of creating a new weapon to fight against his master. This time, the monk seized the opportunity and took his master weapon away and successfully completed the challenge.